What's up guys, David Wanted797 here, and in this video I'm just going to be discussing some of the few things you should be looking at if you're thinking of buying a new computer. Now this video is basically just a few points on advice on what to look for if you're looking at getting a new laptop, a new desktop, or whatever you're after. I've got a list here basically of a few things that you need to go through. Now, of course, the first thing you're going to have to decide is what's your price range. The best way to do this is pick a price cutoff point. So, you know, $1,500, $2,000, $600, $1,000, whichever you have to spend. If you don't have a lot of cash, obviously you're going to be going for a lower, cheaper end computer. But keep in mind, if you are wanting to do a lot higher end things like gaming or video editing or something like that, you are going to have to spend more in order to get a computer that has the power capabilities to do so. The next thing you want to consider is basically, you know, your usage habits, and this is obviously going to also contribute to what the price is. So are you getting to the point of you wanting a computer to do more in the sense of like past just web browsing and emails? Because 90% of computers can do web browsing and emails no trouble. If you're going after a $600 computer just to browse the web, then you should be safe. I would probably even recommend, if you're looking for a computer just to browse the web, go on Facebook, browse YouTube, and do emails, look into a tablet because they're going to be more suitable and more compact and easy to use, unless of course you're wanting the full keyboard experience. Now, obviously go to your local store that sells computers and speak to someone there, because they're going to ask you a lot of questions specific to you that get down to the nitty-gritty of what you're exactly after and what you're looking for. Once you've decided what you're planning to do with the computer, obviously you may have already decided this, but decide between a desktop and a laptop. Obviously a desktop's going to restrain you to a desk, you can't take it with you, but desktop machines are generally more powerful. Now, you generally find buying desktop computers, I've found buying them pre-built is quite expensive. Buying online and getting something custom built can be a lot cheaper on websites such as MWave, PC Case Gear, and some of these guys even build the computer for you. They'll even spec it for you. They have packs designed for buying a computer straight up that's then built by them. So some of those places are best to go if you're buying a desktop, unless you want to build it yourself. Macs, of course, are more expensive, and another path as well you could go down. Laptop may be something you go for, obviously, if you want more of a portable machine. Depending on your portability needs, you may decide, you know, something like an Ultrabook, like a MacBook Air, that's not very powerful but gives you portability and a full keyboard and mouse trackpad style thing. But then you start bordering into, could you use a Microsoft Surface or something along those lines? Obviously, remember to consider those options, that a tablet may be a bit more versatile for you. You know, the Microsoft Surface is a great bordering hybrid of tablet and PC. You can get a whole click touch cover with a mouse, and it works just like a PC. It has USB ports like a PC, but then you can flip that out of the way and you have a full usable tablet with Windows 8, which of course has its Metro UI that you can use. Learn some standards. So this is a fairly simple one to work out. Usually you can ask someone in the store if you're not sure. Generally you can work this out just by looking at the computers for sale, and some I have here is that generally a computer today should come with 4 gigs of RAM or more. You very rarely will find something with less. At least a 320 hard drive. If it is a hard drive, keep in mind that a solid state drive, which is something that is a lot faster, may be smaller in size. These tend to be about 128 or 256 gigabytes. So you do get a little bit less space, but these computers tend to show quite a significant speed boost in how quickly they start up, how quickly they open programs, and how quickly they run in general. If you ever upgrade a computer from a hard drive to a SSD, like I've done in one of my past videos to my MacBook, the speed increase is tremendous. You know, it's definitely, I definitely say, if you can afford the cost and maybe waive off some of that storage space, definitely go with a solid state drive, because they are by far faster and far easier and better to use. So once you're armed with all this knowledge, so once you've got this down, once you've narrowed down whether you want a laptop or a desktop, you've looked at some standards, you've worked out how much you want to spend, I definitely recommend going to your nearest store or something of the kind and speaking to someone there. Unlike me, they can give you specific advice on what you use. You can tell them, I'm looking at it for video editing, bam, we know then straight away you need to go for a more high-end laptop. You may want to look into the Mac side of things because of all of its video editing capabilities with Final Cut Pro and being able to get Premiere Pro, of course, as well, and iMovie that comes with it as well. Saves you having to buy one unless you've already got one. Of course, Windows computers are just as good depending on what area and what software you're looking at using in that example. With a good idea of what you want and what you can afford, you're then pretty much ready to buy. So the best thing I usually suggest is always research the product. So if you go to a shop and find something that interests you, look it up and try and find some reviews of it online. So say you're looking at a new Toshiba satellite laptop and you want to know how good it is, go to YouTube and go Toshiba satellite review. And then if you're not sure what the competition is, one of the nice tricks I like to do is I go onto Google or YouTube, I type in the product I'm after, and then just put versus, VS, afterwards and leave it blank. And YouTube usually bumps in some suggestions on what products compete with that. So one example I did was when I bought my current camera that I'm using, I did Canon 650D versus, and I saw all the other cameras that were out there that could potentially be a supplement for that. And then you could get a better idea of what area of computer you're looking for. So I hope this video, even though I've sort of rambled and quickly cut through the points, makes sense. Again, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please like and you can subscribe for more. You can check me out on Twitter, Facebook and Google Plus as Wanted797. Thanks for watching.